Welcome to Sakura Angels, as narrated by Matt. Let's get right into this. If you do not know, this is a game with a lot of anime babes in it. Every night, I have the same dream. Every night, I'm always brought back to this place without fail. And then every morning, I'll wake up with no memory of this place at all until the next time I fall asleep. Not a single night has went by without my consciousness being dragged into this abyss. This realm is devoid of light, so much that I can't even see my hand in front of my face, no matter how desperately I wave it. The concept of sound is just as absent, my steps silent, and my distressed cries swallowed by the bordering darkness as quickly as they have left my mouth. I'm in a bleak, barren wasteland of nothingness. Spending my prolonged amount of time here begins to make me doubt about even my own existence. Yet despite feeling suffocated by a striking absence of anything, I know I'm not alone. Something is watching me, stalking me from the shadows. I can't say for sure what it is, but every once in a while I'll catch sight of something from the corner of my view. A pair of burning, bright eyes fixated purely on me. They hate me, despise me. There's an overwhelmingly sense of animosity radiating from whoever they belong to. I know they want nothing more than to lash out and attack me, but nothing is holding them back. A force they truly despise. Invisible chains that binds and restrict them from the one thing that is in their mind. At first, when I began dreaming about this place, the eyes were distant like glimmering stars. But with each passing night, the eyes seemed to inch ever closer and shine ever brighter. I think whatever force has been holding them from me is beginning to fade. What will happen when these eyes reach me? I shudder to think. I know it's just a dream, but I shouldn't be afraid. But everything I experience here is so vivid. None of the usual murky haze that shrouds with such dreamlike environment seems to exist here at all. I have perfect clarity. I can feel the stagnant, freezing air all around me, enough to incite a shiver out of me every once in a while. Since I'm so used to this dream, I know how it'll end. I'll wade through the darkness for what seems like an eternity, never finding anything until the morning finally comes and pulls me out of this nightmare. At least, that was how it usually ended. Something is different tonight. Those hateful, burning eyes that always kept just out of sight before. I'm suddenly confronted by them. Never before have they been so close. Never before have I stared straight back into them. Their narrowed, piercing gaze roots me to the spot, and a shooting pain surges through me. I can't move. I can't breathe. And then, from the darkness, a crooked smile spreads, just as sinister as the eyes. So close. Oh.
残りの平穏を楽しめ少年。君の命はもうわずかだ。
I guess that's what that person just said.
そして、すべてが変わる。
My head is killing me. These morning migraines are the worst. Every morning, without fail, I always wake up to a sensation not unlike my skull being pounded by a jackhammer. Thump, thump, thump. It's almost like a heartbeat. I feel like my head is going to split open. It's weird though, because even though the pain is so intense, it never lasts long. in the space it takes me to get up and head for school, the pain is usually reduced to just a dull throb at the back of my skull by then. So it isn't too much of a hassle in the grand scheme of things. But it certainly isn't a fun way to wake up. I just find it odd how consistent it seems to be. Anyway, I'm pondering these weird mysteries. It's time to tackle the day. After a moment of wrestling with my blanket, I swing my legs around and drag myself out of bed. A quick look at my bedside clock tells me it's still early. Too early. If I had it my way, the world wouldn't start until at least a good way into the afternoon. But sadly, life just isn't that wonderful. Pulling back the curtains to let the light flood into my room, I suppressed the urge to let out a hiss, almost blinding myself in the process. Too bright. The rest of my time getting ready is spent fighting with my uniform, a tie becoming all the more problematic to put on when you're half asleep. Oh god, I think I've actually got my hand stuck in it. Almost choking myself to death in the most pathetic fight ever, I finished putting on the tie, the rest of my uniform complying peacefully with me. Unable to find a comb, I settle for just flattening my hair down with my hands. Blinking into the mirror, I'm left staring at someone with messy black hair. It's close enough. Somewhat dressed and somewhat ready, I stumbled out of my room, my legs still not fully awake. Uneven steps carry me dangerously down the stairs, and I soon emerge into the kitchen. I'm greeted by silence. The kitchen is empty. A familiar scene for me. My parents are what you might call workaholics. Basically, they spend more time at their respective jobs than they ever do here. I only ever get to catch them during the evening when they're eating, and then everyone else is off to bed and the cycle repeats. Don't get me wrong, I understand they have to work in order to keep us comfortably living, so I don't hate them for it. It just gets, I don't know, lonely? Well, there's no use moping about it. It's been like this for years, so I don't know why I was getting all emotional about it now. The plus side of them not being around is that I quickly had to learn how to cook for myself. It's amazing how fast you can adapt to that sort of stuff when you're starving. I don't think I have enough time for anything fancy to eat for breakfast, so I'll just settle for toast. You can never go wrong with toast. Okay, you might be able to go wrong with toast. I have sudden dramatic flashbacks to when the toaster erupted into flames. Ah, what a day that was. But I've learned from my mistakes now. It won't happen a second, third time. Having devoured the only slightly charred toast, I sling my bag over my shoulder just before starting for the front door. I give the empty house one last look over before opening the front door. It's kind of depressing to have no one to say goodbye to. But again, this isn't the same for every weekday morning since forever ago. The sun is shining high in a cloudless sky. Birds are chirping overhead. Waves of students are passing by, happily chatting with one another as they all make their way to school. It's all so horrible. I'm not much of a morning person, so I can't even begin to fathom how everyone can be so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed right now. I mean, it's taking all my willpower just to be able to put a foot in front of the other without just crumpling to the ground. I just have to hope the breakfast kicks in and gives me the energy I need before I'm forced to literally drag myself through school gates. While keeping my head down and my eyes glued to the ground as I soldiered on, I noticed the vibrant atmosphere from before is gone. Silence has completely taken over, my steps the only thing making any noise. The air is still. Huh? That's a bit strange. Bringing my head up, I'm met with an unsettling sight. The street is deserted. No students, no cars, and even the cheerful chirping of birds is gone. What? I hurry on forward, hoping to at least run into somebody. Anyone. Even the sun's once golden rays seem muted, the world tinged in dreary tones. But there still isn't a cloud in the sky. Okay, this is definitely starting to freak me out. I need to just... A splitting pain shoots through my head, stopping me in my tracks. Like a searing poker being thrust through my skull. A headache? Now? Nothing is making any sense. Desperately trying to keep myself upright, I clutch my hand on my head. I stagger forwards. Unlike the headaches from before that gradually died down, this one only seems to be getting worse. Thump, thump, thump. It won't stop at all. I'm brought to my knees. I can hardly even think straight, my head threatening to explode at any moment. And then, through gritted teeth and a pained expression, I see it. Something that shouldn't exist, yet clearly does, as confirmed by my own terrified eyes. A monster. That's the only word that can come to my scrambled mind. A hulking, grotesque mess of flesh. Mess of flesh. With gnarled fangs and red, slitted eyes, seething with hate. The closest thing I can relate it to would be a dog, but no dog I know of is 3 times the size of me, its form practically eclipsing the sun. It snorts with flared nostrils, something like steam being exhaled out. Given its tense stance and the fact that it's blocking my way, I can only assume it's here for me. But why? What the hell is it? Where did it come from? Why does it want me? 1,000,001 questions race through my head, but I doubt I'm gonna get any answers from this thing. There's only one thing I can do when presented with such odds, and that is to stay my ground or flee. Well, that thing looks pretty menacing. I can only imagine I'm a normal human, so I'd say flee. Yeah, of course. I would be an idiot to attempt anything else. When confronted with something that defies everything I know from nature and has a look that says, I'm going to eat you, it's basically human instinct is to want to run. Not giving the beast any more of my time, I spin on my heel and hurl myself in the opposite direction. Any fatigue I have felt earlier is magically gone as I pump my legs frantically. I'm amazed what fear can do to pep up your senses. Wow. I run as fast as I can, but in my haste I twist my foot on a bad angle, crumpling into a heap on the floor. Ignoring the hasty scrapes on my knees, I desperately try to heave myself off the floor, but it's useless. I'm a complete wreck. I can hear the beast rampaging behind me, having given chase. The fear of impending death is making my limbs useless, my scattered mind unable to give them any clear commands. The only thing I can do is turn my head around and meet my incoming demise. The beast stomping so hard across the ground that cracks out with each step. It's over. Right before the beast can connect with me and bring my life to a grisly end, a dazzling, radiant light floods my vision, engulfing both me and the monster. The beast stops in its tracks, a guttural cry escaping it before it vaporizes before my eyes. What the hell just happened?
間一髪だったね。大丈夫?
A cheerful voice chirps. A welcome sound after the terrors of that thing. Another voice that's less cheerful. In fact, they sound angry more than anything. Oh dang. The light soon fades, releasing my saviors. Though, this is definitely the last thing I was expecting. 2 girls roughly my age stand before me. I think several times before I scrub my eyes, hoping things might make a little more sense. This can't be real. I'm having more trouble believing these girls are actually standing before me than I did the monster. Wielding weapons and costumes, it's taken straight out of a fantasy book. It's all a bit much for my brain to attempt to process. What the heck was that?
シャドウだよ。
The more cheerful of the two simply says that to me, her stance relaxing some. Huh? Is that supposed to explain everything? I glanced down at my feet where my shadow stretches and the girl bursts into giggles.
もうあなたの影じゃなくってさっきのあれをシャドウって呼んでるの。すべてのゾーンの物理的発現と人の心に潜む可能性への否定的な感情。いつもなら昼間はあんまり活発じゃないんだけど、あなたにはそうだったわね。人目につく前に捕まえちゃうんだけどね。こいつは突然だったんだ。間に合ってよかった。痛くない？
No, I'm fine, but
正体明かしちゃいけないのにベラベラ喋って本当はいけないって忘れたの？
let me be honest here. I didn't completely realize that the voice acting was gonna be in Japanese. So if you know Japanese, then this probably still works for you. If you don't, then have fun reading. I'm cut short by the more aggressive looking of the pair, whose expression has grown darker and darker as the cheerful one had spoken. Looking like she's unable to take any more, she exploded, causing both of us to jump.
でも彼困ってるみたいだったし、シャドウも見ちゃったし、手遅れだったと思わない？
Her eyes narrow into a frightening glare. It's clear she isn't happy, but I don't think she has anything to counter that.
心配しすぎだって。彼に必要な情報を教えただけなんだから。
No, I didn't read that.
どこまで話したっけ？
Yuppie curl, something brings a spark in my eye. We were... Wait. How do you know my name?
おっと、言ってない。
She puts a hand to her mouth as if to try to take back the words. The questions continue to pile up, but I still haven't gotten any answers.
バカ。
The serious one wraps her fist around the other's head, who sticks her tongue out in sort of a tee-hee, my bad kind of way. So you guys know me? I've never seen them in my life. And given how they look, I definitely think I would have remembered them.
詳しいことは知らないんだ。でも、あなたのことを見ていたの。あなたは興味深かったから。
Me? What the heck did I ever do to get so much attention? As far as I know, I'm just an average student who lives an average life, doing average things. Though after this, I guess I can't really call my life average anymore.
これはトップシークレットだから詳しくは言えないんだけど、あなたが悪人の手に落ちるのは良くないんだよね。あなたの安全をどれだけ私たちが守ってるか信じられないと思うけどね。正直なところ、あなたに会えてほっとしてるの。だから感謝してね。
She beams at me, leaning in perhaps just a little bit too close. She's throwing so much at me here, I can hardly think straight. Just who the heck are you guys? She falls deep into thought, her nose scrunching up. I guess she's choosing her words carefully as to avoid another brutal assault from her partner.
守護天使みたいなものかな。
saying that she gives her bow a flourish and it shatters between her fingers. Moments later, the shattered pieces of the bow begin to gather behind her, the shards piecing back together rapidly until finally they form a pair of wings on her back. The wings, while not strictly attached to her, at least seem to function as they sway in the breeze and give off a glimmer every now and again. Wait, are they literally angels? Let me get this straight. To start from the beginning, that thing that attacked me, that monster, you call those shadows?
そうだね。
And these shadows have supposedly been hunting me for a while now? Because apparently, if they catch me, it'll be bad for unspecified reasons.
そうだね。とっても悪いね。
And you guys, whoever you are, have been combating them from the shadows to keep me safe from harm? She nods enthusiastically. It looks like I've just about got a grip on what this whole thing is, even if it is a little sparse on the details. Knowing all this, it brings me to the conclusion that I have no choice to what to believe them, or these girls have lost it. I mean, I'd say believe them if they came out of nowhere and fucking killed a monster and they're fucking... they're anime. I don't know. Magical? Yeah, sure, let's go with that. As crazy as it all sounds, I really can't deny the evidence before me. That monster was definitely real, and I have no reason to doubt these girls who destroyed that thing right before my eyes. Okay, so what happens now?
シャドウが活動的になってるみたいでね。あなたを遠くから見守るんじゃダメみたい。さっきかろうじて捕まえられたのはラッキーだったもん。なんだか嫌な予感がするんだよ
Somehow,
ね。
I don't like the sound of that, or what it might imply. At all.
とりあえずお別れだね。でもこれからはもっとそばで見守ってあげるから。じゃあね。
She gives me a wink and a wave before taking off in the other direction. Her less enthused partner simply turns her head from me with the last before following her after her. I'm soon left completely alone within the street, where just moments ago my entire world had just spun on its head. Did all that just happen? Ah, geez. All this will have to wait for later though. Right now I have to focus on the bigger issue, being late for school. I break into a sprint as I try to make up for lost time, all the while hoping that I'll never run into those two again. I'm gonna cut it off right here. Thank you for watching part 1 of Sakura Angels. I hope you had a great time. Remember to smash that like button, to subscribe, to leave either a positive comment or a constructive comment, and have a good day or have a good night depending on what time you're watching this video. How do I even end a video like this? Like, do I just like anime girl crying? Okay, yeah. I mean, if that's one of the top search results, I guess that's the most appropriate thing to put in this video. Yeah. All right. I'll go with that.